seconds and counting. The guidance system will go in.
Hi friends, welcome to Studio Classroom Worldwide. My name is Steve. Thank you for joining us here today. We have a new article for you. It's about your eyes. Now, most of us don't really think about our eyes on a day-to-day basis. They are very, very important to us, but we kind of take them for granted, don't we? Only after we injure one or both of them do we think about how important our eyes are. Well, today we want to help keep your eyes safe with a few basic tips. Now, before we go to the reading, I want to call your attention to a few things. The first is the idiom miss out on, as in you'll miss out on a lot of fun if you don't come with us Saturday. The next word is injury, as in my brother experienced many injuries while playing soccer. And the last one is popping. Tina stood too close to the stove and popping oil burned her face. Not a very pleasant thought. Well, friends, please join us for the reading. Open your magazines to page 43 as we begin on line 1.
Save your sight. Keep your eyes safe with a few basic tips. Looking at people we love and things we enjoy brings us a great deal of pleasure. But without the sense of sight, we would miss out on those enjoyable moments. We must take care to protect our eyesight and not risk eye injuries. Here are some tips. At home, never stand with your face over a pan of frying food. Popping oil can cause eye injuries.
Hi everyone, welcome to Studio Classroom Worldwide. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Esther.
And I'm Chelsea. And today we're going to be looking at an article called Save Your Sight, Your Eyesight.
Right, and we'll be giving you tips on how you can save your eyesight, what you can do so that you can keep your eyes beautiful and you can continue to see things without trouble.
Our article starts out by saying, looking at people we love and things we enjoy brings us a great deal of pleasure. Now, I know that to be very true. I love to look at my family and my husband and the beautiful outdoors and even sometimes a movie or a book. I really enjoy looking at things. And if I didn't have my eyesight, I really feel like I would miss out on so many enjoyable moments in life. That's a phrase we need to look at. Miss out.
Now, if we miss out on something, then we lose the chance or lose the opportunity. So if we miss out on those enjoyable moments because we cannot see, then we are missing out on a lot. Now, the sense of sight is very important. We have many senses, don't we?
We sure do, Esther. We have many senses. Beyond just sight, we also have the sense of smell with our noses and hearing with our ears and tasting with our mouths and even feeling something with our fingers. We are blessed to have many senses that we can use. So, since we're talking about eyesight, and since I don't want to miss out on any of those enjoyable moments, we must take care to protect our eyesight and not risk eye injury. An injury is harm that's done to your body. An injury causes you to hurt. If you have a head injury, it might be because you hit your head, or a leg injury is going to make your leg sore. Some eye injuries that you might have include scratching your eye or being hit, and you want to try to avoid those. So, what are some tips that we can use to keep our eyes protected and safe?
Well, we'll be giving you tips both at your home, in your home, or at work. The first tip we have for you is at home, never stand with your face over a pan of frying food. Now, if you're like me, I like to cook and I'm often in the kitchen. And if you're cooking something, or if you are frying food, you have lots of oil, you put food inside the pan to fry, you have to be very careful.
That's right, because popping oil can cause eye injuries. Now, if something is popping, it's kind of bursting upward with a sound. I often think of popcorn. When you put a bag of popcorn in the microwave, you can hear it popping, and it's changing form. It's going from the little kernels or seeds popping into the fluffy popcorn that we like to eat. But on top of a stove, this can be very dangerous. How can we protect our eyes if we're working on a surface like that where it's very hot and there are things popping? What are some things we could do?
Well, maybe the first thing you can do is you can stand a little bit further behind the pan of hot oil. Be very careful. Another thing you can do is try to keep the temperature from being too high so that the oil will not pop. Because when the oil pops, it means oil is coming out and maybe getting into your eyes. Or maybe the last thing you can do is when you're cooking with popping oil is maybe you can wear glasses or a goggle or something to protect your eyes so you won't get oil into your eyes.
But whenever you're at home, always be sure to be thinking about how you can keep your eyes safe. You don't just have to hurt your eyes in the kitchen. It can happen anywhere, and you always need to be aware of dangerous situations where you might get something in your eye or where you might hit your eye. You want to try to stay away from those eye injuries. Let's go to the chat room right now, though, and see what else we can learn about keeping our eyes safe.
Hi everyone, welcome to the chat room. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ken. Brandon, I noticed that today's article talks about the sense of sight. What is a sense?
In this case, the word is talking about the physical ability to see. Here, sense is used as a noun. Because of this sense, we are able to see so many beautiful things around us. So our senses allow us to do certain things.
Our senses? So we have more than one sense?
Yes, we actually have 5 senses. We can hear, see, smell, touch, and taste.
5 senses? But how come I've heard of a 6th sense?
The 6th sense refers to an intuition, a special power to feel or perceive things. We sometimes use it as an idiom. You may have a 6th sense that the missing camera is under the table. It's just a feeling you get that comes from none of the 5 senses.
Sense 是感官 The 5 senses 就是我们的五官，视觉、听觉、味觉、嗅觉和触觉。The 6th sense 第6感指的是一个人的 intuition I-N-T-U-I-T-I-O-N Intuition 就是直觉。So if we didn't have these senses, then we wouldn't be able to do any of these things.
That's right. If we didn't have these senses, then we wouldn't be able to taste our favorite types of food, or smell a beautiful flower, or even hear each other talk right now. So we should be really thankful for these 5 senses.
But Brandon, sometimes I hear someone being described as having no sense. Which one of the 5 senses does the person lack?
Oh, that's a different meaning of the word sense. If we say a person has no sense, we're saying they lack natural understanding or intelligence, especially in practical matters. We often use the phrase common sense to refer to sound judgment or good reasoning.
Sense 也可以指判断力。如果我们形容一个人没有 sense， 就是说他没有常识。那常识呢，也可以叫做 common sense。
Well, that's enough talk about sense. It's time for a break. But stay with us because Studio Classroom will be right back.